Christmas is a tricky time to navigate, both for diabetics and those persons who are caring for them. And this is because the blood sugar normally goes up at this time of the year. And the reasons might seem obvious to us, but is there a reason that we're not concentrating on? I'm Dr. Douglas Street, and I'm going to look today at a possible hidden reason for the blood sugar spikes that occur during this Christmas time. Now, Christmas is a time when there's usually a lot of gatherings. Sometimes they are family-based, sometimes they are work-based. And of course, that usually causes more eating. Diabetes control normally goes down at this time of the year. And there's usually a surge in diabetes-related admissions at this time of the year as well. Now let's look at some of the possible social reasons. There are usually more emotions at play this time of the year. Oftentimes there are negative emotions, and sometimes even positive emotions can cause us to eat more than we normally do this time of the year. Sometimes there's depression, and this is maybe because of certain changes that take place inside the body. Sometimes there are emotional reasons. For example, you may have lost a loved one recently, or you may have lost a loved one at this time of the year, and it may become emotional at this time of the year. And sometimes we may self-treat by eating more at this time of the year as a result. And there are often anxieties this time of the year as well. For same reasons, sometimes they may be worried about getting certain things done, and this may result in excessive eating as well. It's usually more marketing by the food companies, and of course, this may encourage us to eat more than we normally do as well. They make the things very, very attractive to us, and that may encourage more indulging. There are usually less inhibitions. Of course, we have families coming from different places, and there are pressures. There are sometimes different family members that are having Christmas dinner this time of the year, and we may move from one house to the next eating a lot of food. And we want to have fun. We want to engage with our family, and of course, food is an important part of this engagement. And of course, this can lead to us eating more. So of course, we don't really prioritize our diabetes this time of the year as a result of that. There's also more alcohol use, and you know what alcohol does? It reduces your inhibitions. So of course, you may end up eating more than you normally do because of that. There are usually more high-calorie foods. There's ice cream, and there's cake, and there are cookies. And of course, these don't really help to control blood sugar at all. There's usually less focus on health. The persons tend to go to the doctor less often this time of the year. I can tell you, usually during the Christmas time, the doctor's offices are fairly empty. People are focusing on, getting ready for family gatherings and so on. And sometimes even the money that they usually spend to go to the doctor and buy medications are diverted into preparation, buying food and fixing up the house and this kind of stuff. So of course, what happens is that this contributes to the reduction in the blood sugar control as well. And there are less physical activities that are taking place, less exercise. And these are because the time is cooler, days are shorter, so there's a smaller window in order for us to exercise. And there's usually less sleep. Persons are preparing, and also some persons have jobs that are very busy this time of the year. So of course, this can take time away from our practices as well, health practices. This can put more stress on you. And of course, stress can increase your blood sugar. This may contribute to higher blood sugar levels as well. But there's one possible hidden reason that I want to really just focus on today. And that is the increase in inflammation, right? You usually find that this time of the year, there's more things like flus, gastroenteritis, there's usually more asthmatic attacks and so on. And this actually points to an increase in the inflammation inside of the body. There was one study that was done that suggests that there might be a shift in the microbiome, that's the intestinal bacteria, balance during this time of the year. And this may contribute to high levels of inflammation. They actually showed, the study was actually done in rats, by the way, not in human beings, so just keep that in mind. But you do find that there are some persons who may notice an increase in their weight this time of the year, even though they have not changed anything about their diet. And this may point to that shift in the body, this change in the microbiome in the body as a result of this time of the year. And you may wonder, why would this happen? Now, let us think about this very carefully. Usually during the cooler months of the year, especially in certain countries, there's less availability of food. So therefore, a shift in the microbiome can actually help us to maintain our weight, so that reduces the weight loss and can help us to extract more energy from the food. But of course, in this time when there's usually a wide availability of food this time of the year, this shift in the body may not really work out so well, because it can cause you to put on weight rather than to keep weight on with less food. So this is one possible reason why there is an increase in the blood sugar this time of the year. Apart from the other things, yes, eating more and all of those other stuff, but this may also be part of the reason why the blood sugar goes up this time of the year as well. And as a result of the increase in the blood sugar, there's usually, of course, there's worse diabetes control, and there is higher risk of infections that develop from this as well. Of course, blood sugar is something that can repeat your immune system. So, and there's more gathering this time of the year, so there's more exposure to different viruses and bacteria, and this may set us up for infections. There's also the time is usually dry when your skin gets dry, skin can get cracked, and this can allow damage to occur to your skin. Circulation is going to be impaired because the cooler weather will slow down the blood flow to your tissues. Of course, cracks in the skin can allow infections to penetrate your skin more easily and can set you up for infections of the legs especially. We're going to look at some dietary tips that can help you to navigate that time of the year, this time of the year, the Christmas time, the coolest times of the year. First of all, you want to plan ahead, right? Plan ahead. Make sure that you have things in place to reduce the chance of things going off track. Try to focus on getting more of the proteins and vegetables, because of course these will limit the spike in your blood sugar, and try to limit the amount of carbohydrate-rich foods, the cakes and cookies and so on, and even other carbs, the rice and so on. This can help to limit the spikes in your blood sugar this time of the year. Try and go for the sugar-free options. So, try to go for things that don't really have that much sugar. There are certain foods that are traditionally sweetened with sugar, but of course, if there are sugar-free options, go for those. You may need to bring them along with you so that you're less tempted to indulge in those which have a high content of sugar. And there are many other measures you can use. Of course, we have discussed this in the previous video. For example, by having a lot of fiber, flaxseed and so on, by drinking water a bit before you eat, changing the order in which you eat your food, even having some vinegar before you eat. Some of these things can limit how high your blood sugar goes, and it's especially important at a time of the year. You may also want to make sure you stay hydrated, drink a lot of water. Water reduces inflammation in the body, and this can help to keep your blood sugar down. You also want to limit or avoid alcohol intake, because as I said, alcohol can reduce your inhibitions. You may lose a bit of self-control when you consume alcohol. So that is something that you want to stay away from as much as possible. You want to also let others know, especially if you're going to be with family members. You want them to understand that you're diabetic. So therefore, you're not going to consume certain things, and they can actually encourage you to stay on track. So letting other persons know about your situation can actually be helpful as well. And there's other tips you can use. For example, speaking to your doctor about it. This can give you some guidance. Of course, your doctor will be able to share with you other tips that you may be able to use. And some persons may need to make some adjustments to your medications, the treatment otherwise to keep the blood sugar under control. Very, very important. You want to make sure that you get your medications from early, especially if you're going anywhere. Some persons travel this time of the year. Also, make sure that you monitor your blood sugar. So you have to make sure that you keep your testing supplies up to date, and make sure that you monitor your sugar regularly, so that because you may be thinking that you're doing okay, but your blood sugar may be saying something different. So monitor your blood sugar to ensure that things are staying on track. You also want to see if you can keep moving. Yes, you know it's cold outside and there's less time for you to exercise because the days are shorter. So you can, for example, try to exercise in your yard. And this may include walking around the house, jogging around the house, or inside on a treadmill if you have one, that is. You also do swimming in an indoor swimming pool if you have one as well. And you can also, play other indoor games like cycling. If you have a stationary cycle, you can cycle in the yard, or if you have an indoor cycle, you can use that as well. You can also use dancing. Dancing is a fun and exciting way to get physical activity going. So that is something that you can do, especially this time of the year. And table tennis can also be used if you have one, or if you have a friend that has one, you can play some table tennis. Table tennis is actually fun. Tennis is a very, very, good way of getting exercise for a diabetic once you don't hurt yourself. That is, it's very good because it's fun and it also is physically engaging. And this is the best way to actually exercise. You also want to make sure that you reduce your stress level. If you have a work that will be very, very taxing on you, try and start it from early. Organize yourself properly. If you can share, that responsibility, that would be good. If you are stressed about certain things that may have happened in past occasions, for example, you may have lost a loved one, then you may want to get support from family, friends, and even professional help, because of course, stress is something that can worsen your diabetes control. So you really want to make sure that you keep it under control, the stress that is, so that your blood sugar doesn't go off track. You can also practice relaxation techniques, and have a video on that as well. And these include meditation, breathing exercises, and mindfulness. These can actually help to control the stress that may occur this time of the year. Journaling can be helpful. Expressive or creative writing. These are little tools that can really help you to reduce your stress level. You also want to make sure that you get exercise. This is another reason why you want to get exercise, because this can reduce your stress level as well. You can make sure that you get enough sleep. As I said, sleep might be a challenge this time of the year because of all the different responsibilities that you have, but try and schedule sleep because it's very helpful in controlling your blood sugar. You can also do do-it-yourself projects. Persons tend to want to fix up their house this time of the year. You may do some cleaning. You may build something as a little project. You may be expecting loved ones. You may want to do something special for them. So doing these little projects can also help to reduce your stress as well. And of course, Christmas is a time of giving. So, you want to go out and try to share with others, try to lift them up, try to encourage them, especially, you have rest homes that are around that they may be especially wanting persons to come in and just cheer up those who are there. So by helping others, you can help to reduce your stress as well. In terms of, dealing with the cold weather, make sure that you keep hydrated, drink enough water. And of course, you make sure that you drink at least 2 liters of water. You tend to have less sweating this time of the year. So you have to adjust the amount of water you're drinking according to your personal situation, whether you're indoors or outdoors. Make sure you dress warmly as well. Keeping yourself warm is important. As I said, cold temperatures can cause your skin to break down. So keeping warm is important in trying to avoid those complications. Use moisturizers as well. These can help to maintain the barrier of your skin, so you're less likely to get infections and also break down in your skin as well. And monitor your extremities, especially your feet, because this is one of the common areas for infections to develop. So if there's any break in your skin, then you want to make sure that you deal with it quickly so that it doesn't lead to any further problems. Prevent infections by getting vaccinated, flu vaccines and so on. And you have pneumococcal because pneumonia infections are common this time of the year. Limit your gatherings as well. Don't be around too many other people because this can increase your risk of infections. Keep warm as well, wear your warm clothes because, of course, keeping warm can help to reduce the risk of infections. You can take supplements as well, things like zinc and vitamin C, and there are also antioxidant supplements because, as we mentioned, one of the possible reasons for the increase in blood sugar is increased inflammation. And there are many supplements that are out there that can help to reduce your inflammation, such as turmeric or reishi mushroom, grapeseed extract, coenzyme Q10. There is a whole list of antioxidant supplements that can help to reduce inflammation. This can give you that additional edge in controlling that inflammation that can lead to your blood sugar spikes and also can increase your risk of infections. So I want you to enjoy your holidays. We're not trying to cramp your style here. We just want you to ensure that you stay on track because, of course, if your sugar goes off track during Christmas, it may affect your new year. So you don't want to be, trying to enjoy yourself too much and then end up in the hospital, and you may end up with a long-term complication of your diabetes that you didn't plan for. So enjoy your holidays, but just make sure that you stay on track and enjoy your health. Thank you very much. Until next time.